Hey guys, what's up? Hope everything's good. So just a quick video here to answer a question that I get asked a lot across all my videos, and that question is, how did I get used to my sensitivity and any tips about improving sensitivity? So the answer to that first question is that I have actually used my sensitivity and kept the same sensitivity for over 12 years now, and what I also do is replicate this sensitivity across every single game that I play. So you can see now on screen I'm playing Star Wars Battlefront. What I did when I first got into the game is spent a few minutes in the settings menu making sure that my sensitivity was as close to CSGO as I can get. So the way you would go about achieving this is working out what sensitivity you want to use in CSGO, whether it's a high one or a low one, and then you work out what the sensitivity is in terms of how much you have to move your mouse to do a 180-degree turn or a 360-degree turn. You would then just go into whatever game you want to play, open up the settings menu and keep on changing the sensitivity until you need to move the mouse the same amount that you would do in CSGO to do a 180-degree turn. So my sensitivity and indeed my control is a bit different to what is common in CSGO. For example, my sensitivity is 4, which is quite high, and I also use right mouse button to jump. The reason for this is that in 1999 until about 2002, before I played CS, I used to play Quake 3, which was an arena shooter and still is in the form of Quake Live, and then you have to have twitch reactions, you have to have a very high sensitivity to maneuver the map and to get a quick shot and a quick flick on your opponents. This was much more common in CS 1.3, 1.5 and 1.6, where you used to have some pro players using these settings such as Spawn and Fisker. However, in CSGO people seem to opt for the low sensitivity. One thing I will recommend is that you only play CSGO is that you go for a lower sensitivity. The only reason I don't use a low sensitivity is because I have it ingrained in me, in my muscle memory, that I have a high sensitivity. I know exactly where to flick to hit each spot in the map. So I think I've got a high sensitivity mastered, so for me to change now would be pretty stupid. So after you have figured out your sensitivity that you want to use and you've copied it across into all the games that you play, the next stage is just practice. Out of all the stages, practice is by far the most important, and it's also the hardest. There's no shortcut for it, you just have to put hours and hours and hours into the game. One thing you will always see in CSGO is players asking for the top player settings. There's absolutely no point in using a top player settings whatsoever, it's all just preference. The only thing you want to copy is graphic settings, because the chances are you'll get less input lag and higher FPS if your settings aren't already optimized. Also, things like rates can be beneficial if you haven't already set that, but once you've done that, things like mouse sensitivity and resolution is all down to preference. In regards to resolution, there actually used to be an advantage to using 4x3 in CS 1.6 because the old Half-Life engine was not optimized for higher resolutions, and it just meant that the models were a lot smaller and you had a lot more room to move your mouse to get headshots and things like that. But that is not true in CSGO to the same extent, at least. So playing in 1920 will be no difference to playing in 1024 or 800. It's just all about getting used to that resolution. The same goes for sensitivity. I can guarantee you that every single pro player has put thousands and thousands of hours into getting used to their resolution and sensitivity. If they were to change these, they would have to get used to them again. I'm not saying they'd be terrible, they're still good at the game, so it wouldn't take them that long, but they still would be at a worse state than if they just use the resolution they're used to and the sensitivity they're used to. So that's about it for this video, guys. I just wanted to quickly address this and also show you some footage of Star Wars Battlefront. One reason I made Star Wars Battlefront rather than CSGO for this video is just that it also covers the topic on hand about playing different games at the same sensitivity, and also for me to make a CSGO video like learning CSGO as a CS veteran, it generally takes me about 5 to 10 hours to complete, whereas this I was just talking over the top of gameplay. So it was a lot easier for me, and what I also want to say is from tomorrow morning until Wednesday evening I'm going to London, so I won't be around. I'll still be able to comment and reply to emails and things like that, but I won't be able to post any new videos until late in the week.